When I have a little money, I buy books, and if I have any left, I buy food and clothes. For anyone who loves intensely lives not in himself, but in the object of his love, and the further he can move out of himself into his love, the happier he is. And yet I do not suppose the female sex is so foolish as to become incensed at me for this, that I, a woman and folly as well, attribute folly to women. We are aliens in this visible world. Your library is your paradise. For if by chance some woman wishes to be thought of as wise, she does nothing but show herself twice a fool. In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. The desire to write grows with writing. Turn the pages of history, and you will always find the morality of an age reflecting the life of its prince. If a rock falls on your head, it does not positive harm, but shame, disgrace, reproaches, and insults are damaging only insofar as you're conscious of them. The chief element of happiness is this: to want to be what you are. He who allows oppression shares the crime. It is the chiefest point of happiness that a man is willing to be what he is. A nail is driven out by another nail. Habit is overcome by habit. Invent a wise man to feast, and he'll spoil the company, either with morose silence or troublesome disputes. Take him out to dance, and you'll swear a cow would have done it better. Man is a godlike animal, and free twice over, once by nature and again by his laws. Moreover, God hath ordained man in this world, as it were, the very image of himself, to the intent that he, as it were a god on earth, should provide for the wealth of all creatures. I hate one that remembers what's done over the cup. The part of a truly prudent man, not to be wise beyond his condition, but either to take no notice of what the world does, or run with it for company. Know nothing is the happiest life. We being satiate with continual wars, let the desire of peace a little move us. The main hope of a nation lies in the proper education of its youth. Do not be guilty of possessing a library of learned books while lacking learning yourself. Man's mind is so formed that it is far more susceptible to falsehood than truth. Give light, and the darkness will disappear of itself. A life without books is unlivable. There are some people who live in a dream world, and there are some who face reality, and then there are those who turn one into the other. Whoever among you thinks himself wise must become a fool to be truly wise. Power without goodness is unmitigated tyranny, and without wisdom it is destruction, not government. Folly is the only thing that keeps youth at a stay and old age afar off. It is verified in the Brabanders, of whom there goes this common saying, that age, which is wont to render other men wiser, makes them greater fools. Before you sleep, read something that is exquisite and worth remembering. If you keep thinking about what you want to do or what you hope will happen, you don't do it, and it won't happen. Only a very few can be learned, but all can be Christian, all can be devout. I shall boldly add, all can be theologians. Most disadvantageous peace is better than the most just war. Bidden or unbidden, God is present. Surely there is nothing so ungracious, nor nothing so cruel, but men will hold therewith, if it be once approved by custom. Do but observe our grim philosophers that are perpetually beating their brains on knotty subjects, and for the most part you'll find them grown old before they are scarcely young. I have no patience with those that say sexual excitement is shameful, and the venereal stimuli have their organ not in nature, but in sin. Nothing is so far from the truth. Do not be guilty of possessing a library of learned books while lacking learning yourself. Now what else is the whole life of mortals but a sort of comedy in which the various actors, disguised by various costumes and masks, walk on and play each other's part until the manager walks them off the stage? Everybody has a prodigy, detests an old head on young shoulders. A good portion of speaking will consist of knowing how to lie. At last concluded that no creature was more miserable than man, for that all other creatures are content with those bonds that nature set them. Only man endeavors to exceed them. How do you like our England, you say? Believe me when I assure you that I have never liked anything as much before. Given a choice between a folly and a sacrament, one should always choose the folly, because we know a sacrament will not bring us closer to God, and there's always the chance that a folly will. War is sweet to those who have not experienced it. Human affairs are so obscure and various that nothing can be clearly known. I do not like a child that is a man too soon. What is a mistake in other people is a crime for a prince. Yet in the midst of all their prosperity, princes in this respect seem to be most unfortunate, because, having no one to tell them the truth, they are forced to receive flatterers for friends. By burning Luther's books, you may rid your bookshelves of him, but you will not rid men's mind of him. It is wiser to treat men and things as though we held this world the common fatherland of all. For where wars are fought with words, not even 7 men are a match for 1 woman. Young bodies are like tender plants, which grow and become hardened to whatever shape you've trained them. I put up with this church and hope that one day it will become better, just as it is constrained to put up with me in the hope that I will become better. For what benefit is beauty, and the greatest blessing of heaven, if it be mixed with affection? What youth, if corrupted with the severity of old age? There are others who are rich only in wishes. They build beautiful air castles and conceive that doing so is enough for happiness. To know nothing is the only happiness.